Hello, welcome to my home. If you're new here, my name is Karen, and today I am so ready to undecorate this house for Christmas. You're not going to believe this, but I actually have a hankering to decorate for Valentine's Day. And it started for me in 2020, where it was like, if there isn't a reason to celebrate, I need to find one. I want to get to the undecorating. I really want to do it now, but I know if I don't do things like dishes and make my bed and sweep the floor, that when I get done undecorating, I'm going to have a hot mess on my hands. So I'm going to get the dishes done, I'm going to get my bed done, and then I can focus on the undecorating. Have you undecorated yet? Let me know. I have a real Christmas tree. So when you have nature inside the house, there is definitely a limit to how long you can keep that stuff up. I used to do the day after Christmas, but this year I was way too sick for that, so it just had to wait. And so now I'm ready. I've got some energy. I've had a shower. I'm on coffee number 2, and I'm ready to get going.
When it's good and I can breathe a little, and my path is winding in your light, I hear your sweet voice say to me, you're my child and I've set you free. I remember all you've brought me through, 'cause you're so good, you're so good, you were so good to me. You were so good, you're so good, you were so good to me. When I slip and fall into the middle of an ocean full of broken dreams, I feel your hand reach out to me, give me what you know I need. I remember all you've brought me through. Yeah, you were so good, you're so good, you were so good to me. You were so good, you're so good, you were so I can never measure your grace and what it's worth. Yeah, listen, 'cause you're so good, you're so good, you were so good to me. Yeah, you were so good, you're so.
As I go, I'm seeing things that need to be cleaned and I'm dying to clean it. You know, when you see something, it's just bugging you, but I'm trying to stay focused. That my agreement to myself was get the dishes done, make the bed, undecorate. The rest of the cleaning can happen at another time. You know, there's just been a lot with power outages. I haven't gotten those types of like candles, flashlights put away. Some are put away, some aren't. I'm sure it's going to end up being a mess in the basement, but who doesn't love a good basement clean video? So I just think, oh, that'll make a good video. If there is anything, advice I would give you to help you maintain your sanity when you're trying to pull everything back together from the holidays or any crazy busy sickness, power outage, holiday time, it would be low and slow. Go low and slow. Stay focused on your goals. Make lists. and then you don't get quite as overwhelmed. Just even though you might still be overwhelmed by how much is left to do, you know you accomplished the things that were on your list, and you can feel good about that. And you know those other things can be put on your list, and they will get done eventually. But if you go low and slow, I promise you will get more done in the end. If you take breaks when you need breaks, you're going to have more stamina. My husband got me this Sherpa body pillow for Christmas. And this is my Christmas pillow. It's going to stay. Well, maybe it'll go down today. I don't know. I love it so much. I almost wish there wasn't a Santa. If it was just a winter scene, I'd probably keep it on my bed for a lot longer. I got it at either TJ Maxx or Marshall's, but I really love it. Do you want to see a gift with great timing? Edie, our friend here, and she's a viewer and one of my clients, she got us 2 blankets, and they're like the Sherpa on one side and super soft on the other. And the funny story is, she knows this story already. And this gray one, love it. They go so perfect with the house. I forget that people like see the inside of my house. And so when it came, I thought I had bought them and just forgotten about it. And then when I went to my email, I saw that she had sent them because they're just so completely perfect. And it was so awesome to have extra blankets where we've all been sick. So they've just been on the couch messy every day because we just get up and get under them. They're so soft and warm and thick but not heavy. They're just perfect. So today I'm going to get them actually put where they're going to go when they're not being used, because we are starting to feel a little bit better. But thank you so much again, Edie.
So I'm going to get the blankets put away. That's bedding that we had from when we had company. My husband Robin is bringing in my Christmas boxes while I put the blankets away. I ended up deciding to keep 3 in the living room, since that's where we tend to hang out the most, and then 1 in my office, which is where sometimes the teenagers hang out. So I put 1 of the gray blankets out there. I start out with the blue blanket on the other rocking chair, and then I'm about to change my mind because I love the pattern on this blue blanket, but the gray one does go better with the cat blanket that's on the right hand side. So then I end up thinking, no, I think I'm going to change and put the gray blanket over on the rocking chair, and I'm going to put the blue blanket over on the couch. And to get myself motivated for decorating, I definitely use YouTube videos to keep me motivated. And so I've been watching the Wads lately. She is just so funny and chipper, but at the same time real and honest. And she's doing a Valentine shop with me, so I thought, oh, that's good to watch. I could see what's kind of out there. I don't think I will buy a whole lot of Valentine decor. I don't really want to spend a ton of money, but for you, I always play Auld Lang Syne as I am taking down the Christmas tree in every Undecorate video, so I'm going to play it now. And this version, I swear, always makes me cry. It's by an artist named Loving Caliber, and it's so beautiful.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne. And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine. We'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne. acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne, for old lang syne.
Isn't that just beautiful? You're probably going to hear it on other channels as well. And I do try to find music that is a bit unique so that you're not hearing it on every video that you watch. But that one, I just cannot resist that one. So I am almost done with the tree here. I am very anxious to get it down and get it out. I did love the size. I need a narrow tree. I think a pencil tree would actually be perfect for us, like the ones that I have in the dining room. But when I sent my husband out, I'm like, find the most narrow, real tree you can find. And I thought he did a really great job. It looks super green here in the video, but I was noticing it was yellowing a little bit. So it definitely was time to take it down. It did make me a bit nervous. We had an electric heater with our generator in here when we had no power during storms, and I did not like that a bit, even though we weren't running it, you know, while we were sleeping beside the tree. But boy, you see so many houses burn down because of real Christmas trees in the house. So we are super careful to keep it watered. And if you ever do want to have a real tree, you should know that when you notice the water isn't going down in the pot, it's not taking on water anymore, that is when you know it is dead and time to get rid of it. So normally that's why we cut the tree fresh, then we know when it was cut. That wasn't possible this year, so it is definitely time for it to go. I'm just getting all of the lights off of it, and then my husband will take it outside. A lot of times we might find someone who has goats and they would want the tree, and the goats love to eat it as long as you don't use tinsel, which we don't. Sometimes I have our trash guy take it away. There's a place at the dump where you can bring them. Other times we might chop it up and put it in the fireplace. And there's Woozy. He's doing so good on his dieting and he is losing weight. And we're really noticing that he has more energy now. And you might see him in more videos because he's following me a bit more around the house. He had gotten up on that stool. He was trying to decide if he wanted to get on the rocking chair. But as you can see, he's not on the stool anymore. So in the end, he did get down. He and Leo are rolling around on the floor together more and playing more together. And that does make me so very happy. I love to use Glad Luck bags to store my lights, and so I'm putting each strand in a separate bag, and then I put a star in there too. I'm not fancy when it comes to storing my Christmas decor. As you notice, I was using shopping bags, and you know, any way you can get it in. I don't want to have, I love the fancy things you can buy to put your holiday decor in, but I feel like the ones that have a separate spot for each Christmas ball, I don't even have glass balls, so there's really no reason for me to use that. And it does take up a lot of space because it would take a few to put all of the decorations in. Look at and see how much pine has come down from the tree. That's definitely something you do with a real tree too, is you're vacuuming up those pine spills. And I'll probably be finding them from months, you know, little ones that got away and were stray and here and there. So there goes the tree. It will go on the edge of our property for now until we figure out what we're going to do. So he takes it out, base and all, and then he disconnects it when he gets outside so that we don't end up with water all over the house. And it made a little trail, and so I'm going to need to get that all vacuumed up. We also always take an old towel and we put it underneath the base, so if there is any leaking of water, then it won't get in the rug. And you saw Leo there. it's like I don't even notice he's following me because I'm so used to it. And then when I edit, I see him trailing behind me. See, there he goes again. So I just had to like leave that in for you to see. It's just so funny. You know, you think of dogs as following you around, but I honestly think cats follow you around as much, if not more. It's kind of funny because I was always a dog person, always had dogs, and now we have cats. So it cracks me up, all the similarities. It feels so good to get this corner back. For one thing, it cut off one of the rocking chairs. We had actually moved the rocking chair into my office, you might remember, and we had just brought it back because we needed to have the seating. My husband and I were both sitting in rocking chairs. So, but then you're kind of sitting behind the tree, which really wasn't all that great. My husband is removing the craft wire. What we do is we take the top of the tree and we wrap green craft wire around it, and we wire it to the curtain rod. Look at all that dirt. That way we don't have to worry about it getting toppled over, even if a cat decides to visit. So look, it looks so much better. And now we can move on to other things. The furniture is back where we want it, and I was going to wipe this down, and my husband was like, no, I'll do it. And I'm like, wait, let me set up my camera, because I think people will want to see a husband cleaning. Isn't that just therapy? And then he got to enjoy the fruits of his labor by sitting down and relaxing a little bit. He's not really rocking that fast. That's so funny. And then this little shelf, I loved it so much, but Leo loved it even more. And you see Buddy the Elf there. And I figured that was Papa Elf. Cree had given me that after she got back from Florida. But I'm looking at his smile because it got a little cat snagged because Leo loved knocking Buddy the Elf off the shelf so he could play. And sometimes he would knock everything off that shelf. But luckily, the couch was under it, so I didn't have to worry about that elf getting broken.
I'm on a little break here because I'm tired. Man, getting better when you're sick is not for sissies. I want to show you a few ornaments. Some of them are new. This one, isn't that gorgeous? This was handmade by one of you. Her name is Julie. Thank you so much, Julie. And she lives in the UK. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it so much. So that's a new one. And then two of my daughters, Rachel and Crecia, learned felt. So that was Rachel's. She did like an earth. And then this is a cute one too. Cree did a puppy. Isn't that so cute? I think there's going to be more felting in the future. And also, I just wanted to kind of point out some of these. My daughter-in-law is so sweet to do these little handprints. This was from Nolan in 2018. And this was Eloa 2020. Isn't that so cute? This was Nolan 2020. And I love how they've lasted. And this one, Nolan, can't see the date. I need my glasses. 2019, his little handprint. And that's so cute. And these, I don't know if some of you who've been here a while, you might remember I had this box of my mother's things after she passed away in December of 2020, and not for the longest time I couldn't even open it. I made a video about it. You can see me crying on the thumbnail of the video. That's how you know you got the right one. It's about decluttering. But my mother used to make these little spool dolls. Can you see that? And so my sister had sent me a bunch of them that she had in her things. She would give them away. She would put them on gifts. And so my sister wanted to make sure we at least had one for every one of my kids. And then there were extras too. So I love that. And then this is Woozy when he was a little kitten. Whoops, didn't mean to bump the camera there. Isn't that so cute? He looks like Leo. And then I love this one. I would love to learn to do this. I met the man who made this at a craft sale. And so I bought that from him. And then Kathy, another viewer, I'm not going to use her last name because this is from South Dakota, so I don't want to use any identifying features, but Kathy sent me that. So thank you so much, Kathy. You're going to see she sent me these beautiful scarves, and when I take the Christmas one off my sideboard, I'm going to replace it with that one because it's perfect for the winter. Let's see if I have anything else. And then, oh, this one I bought after my mother passed. It reminds me of her. It says, think happy thoughts. She would always, and she loved butterflies, and she would always write, be happy,
on like a grease board whenever she would leave after she had been visiting us. So think happy thoughts. Just seemed like something she would say, and she loved butterflies. So I'm going to get all of these kind of wrapped in tissue and put away. All of the ones that were just like, you know, stuff I got from Big Lots and Walmart. I just stuffed those all in a bag. And these I'm going to wrap in tissue. I took out a couple. My cousin had given me this after my mother passed. It's like representative of my whole family, my 2 sisters, my mom and my dad. And I'm going to put that on the tree for Valentine's. And then I thought I would leave this one out with the birds. I think I bought this at a craft sale too. I love it so much. So what I'm thinking of doing Valentine-wise is the 2 trees I have in my dining room that I'm about to empty after I wrap all these up. I'm going to keep those pencil trees up that are on either side of the sideboard and put up some paper Valentine doilies on those. I thought that'd be really cute. I'm really not done with them, not ready to see them go. So I'm going to keep them a while by decorating them for Valentine's. And then I'm sure once Valentine's over and I'm thinking spring, I'll be ready to take those down. Oh, one more. This, my sister Cheryl gave me this. Whoops, I kicked you again. This was the last trip I just recently took to Florida. That was a picture of us outside of her house. So there's Cheryl, Lori, and myself. Oldest, middle, youngest. All right, so any that could get broken, I'm going to wrap, and I'm using this tissue paper because honestly, I rarely use tissue paper. My girls prefer their presents to be wrapped in wrapping paper, and so I feel like I always use paper towels. But right now, you can get tissue paper at the Dollar Tree. And I feel like it's cheaper than getting tissue paper. And then we're not going to use black tissue paper. So you get all these colors when you buy it, and half the time you're getting colors you don't even want to use. So I thought this is a great way to use this up, is to wrap Christmas decor in it so that it will not get broken. And this is gold, which we would use, but it's all wrinkled. So. Let me know, when do you take your Christmas decor down? I didn't go as early as many people this year, just because it was too hard to find a time when my girls were home. Normally it would be like the day after Thanksgiving, even with a real tree. And then when we did get a real tree, it was during the week, so we usually cut down our own tree at a farm, but that farm was only open on weekends. So then when we went to get a tree, we could not even get that. We got a real tree, but we couldn't cut one. So whenever they're pre-cut, you just never know how long ago they were cut. And so ours, I could tell, was so dry and getting brown. It definitely needed to come down. So I'm going to use all of the colors first that I think. There's no way we're wrapping stuff in that color. You know, the only reason I would even need it is if the girls have a birthday present to give someone through the year. I love these with the sea glass in them, but they are plastic, so I don't really have to worry about them. And then they're going to be padded by everything else. These are tin. Oops, I have another one. Oh, here it is. This is wooden. This is very non-breakable too, so put these. So what I try to do is have one storage box in the basement for Christmas tree, and then the other one is for general Christmas decor or Christmas/winter. I had a nutcracker theme going on in the dining room and I really enjoyed it. That pink scarf that you can see has a nutcracker, and I got nutcracker ornaments that went with it, and I've had the other nutcrackers that you see for a bit now, and I appreciated the nutcracker ornaments because they were multicultural and they just were so beautiful, and maybe I'll do a little bit more every year there. I did have one nutcracker that's in my kitchen that you'll see in a minute, and I do like, you know, the dining room and the kitchen are a little bit as one room, so I like to have colors that kind of reflect back and forth. So I could see myself doing a little bit more nutcracker stuff in the kitchen. I don't like to have too much in the kitchen because it's just such a heavy work area, but I really can say that the nutcracker stuff gave me so much joy. I loved not having it through the whole house. I liked having it just in that one area, and next year I'd like to increase the red and green in the living room and do different themes in each room. I've used blue and silver for years, and I kind of like the little bit of Hanukkah feel that that gives me as well. But these are my pencil trees pre-lit, keeping those up so that I can put some Valentine decor. Also kept those little wooden pedestals, and that wire silver tray is going to end up staying out as well. So now I'm getting the kitchen just cleaned out of the Christmas stuff, the nutcracker, the tree, and the Christmas tree that held my dish soap. So I'm getting the dish soap drained into my other dish soap container. I end up overflowing it. I didn't realize how much was already in there. And I'm going to keep the curtain up. There's some pink hearts in the curtain, and so that will go perfectly with Valentine's Day, and I will keep that curtain up until it's time to put up my spring curtain. I love just having one valance that is for the Christmas season. I had just a couple of accents here in my office. I got these, I can't remember, I feel like it might have been Joann's where I got these stars, and they're just so pretty. And then I have this, that's the spread that's going to go on my sideboard that you'll see in my decorate video, which will probably be out in about a week. And then this little lady, I took her off and then I was like, no, I want her back.
I say this influence is nothing, but there's
Actually, she could stay out a bit.
Yeah.
She's correct.
she's wintry.
Yeah, she's wintry. We're gonna leave her. She's
Yeah,
wintry.
she's wintry. She matches the spread.
Yeah.
You might remember that I actually had a vase with wintergreen in here, not wintergreen, with some branches in here, but I decided to go ahead and take those out a little bit earlier because they were shedding so much. And then, oh my goodness, the tab came off at this bottom one and I couldn't get it off. So Robin came in to help me, and it ends up being a little bit of a wall disaster. So I've got some patchwork to do and some painting. Oh, it's just so sad. So I'm going to show you in a minute, but the others came off very well and didn't leave any marks. It was just this little one causing us trouble. Wah, 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 wah. There is the hashtag real life of this video. Now I'm getting my nativity put away. I really did love having it out, and I'm excited to use it again every single year. Now it's time to get everything wrapped up. Again, I'm using the same tissue paper, and I end up having extra room in here, and then I go and I do end up getting the blue pillow out of my bedroom that I showed you in the beginning of the video. So everything fit very well into my storage box for decor. It's all ready and wrapped and safe to be used next year. So that is very exciting. My husband put those away for me, and we were done with the undecorating. I can't help but think about next year. I'm so excited to spend time with you each and every video. I'm excited to get more videos up than I was getting up before. I would love to get to a place where I could do every day, but that's something I cannot promise. But I definitely would like to be posting even more often. It motivates me. It excites me. I love creating videos for you. I love to hear that it's encouraging you. I appreciate all the kind thoughts and comments. I appreciate you spending your time with me. If this has been a video that, I'm not saying goodbye yet, but if you have gotten value from this and encouragement, please hit the like button.
All right, ignore these blankets here. I've been washing the bedding from having guests. I wanted to show you the things that I am decluttering, because if it's not a declutter, come on, I gotta declutter. So this I've had for years. I have one. I used to have two, so I was using it as one, but I'm gonna get rid of it. Candlestick holder. These are stockings that I had originally for the cats, but we have so many cat toys and such, and it just, if I were to get them like treats, I wouldn't need a whole stocking for it. I'm getting rid of that. I have threatened him for 2 years, and he's going. I didn't put him up. Nobody mentioned him. I'm getting rid of him. They sell them at Dollar General, and they're like $10. And then some silver ribbon I'm getting rid of. This, we did these as our gingerbread houses, and I got them on Amazon, and I really loved them. And everybody loved that they had their own frosting things. But Yvonne didn't do one. She's not really into this. I know we're not going to do it later. I'm not going to do it a year later, so that will go to Goodwill, and maybe somebody will enjoy doing it. It's not really Christmas themed. So this I got years ago at Walmart. It's a shower curtain. Was $5 at the time. I did not use it this year. I think it actually has stains on it. I need to double check it before I donate it. And then this was my creepy fall. I don't think it's creepy, but the girls thought it was creepy. I got it because it looked like Leo, and which at first they thought was so cute, but after a while they got sick of Leo staring at them in the shower. So I'm going to get rid of this one too. So there. I had actually put this aside. Some of you will be like, wait, you already decluttered that. Yes, and somehow it made it into my Christmas box. So this stuff is going.
God loves you, and I love you too, and I can't wait to see you next time.